Innovation never sleeps. From Ghana to the world, the workday ends, but the momentum begins.
This is the forge for the next generation of global leaders.
Science, tech, engineering, arts, math, bridging the gap.
Welcome to STEAM After Hours. Today's engine is starting now. Invest in the future today and help us make a difference. Learn more at gyisf.org.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening. It is 3 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time in Maryland or the Washington, D.C. area, and it is 7 p.m. in Ghana time. And so this is our Global STEAM Plug. My name is Letitia Nolte, and today we have Mr. Manfred Achu from Agona Senior High Tech. This is his part 3. He's been blessing us so much with all the amazing skills that he has in Microsoft Suite. He's worked with us, helping us really navigate how to really use Excel as an educator, as a business person. And so it is a great blessing to have him here today again. And so if you are wondering, what is this really all about? So just to share with you that we are expanding Boundaries International, and this is part of our one of our programs where we are having a STEAM Fest or a STEM Fest happening in Kibi or Chebi in the Eastern region, called the Global Young Innovators STEAM Fest. This is a day of different challenges that our youth get to engage in. We are bringing students from the US who will also be participating, and other businesses. And so this is all for our youth, bringing more hands-on activities and just bringing the creativity, the innovation or the innovative side of our youth. And so this is what is happening. And so as we are preparing for the STEAM Fest, we are bringing these lessons that is like we can use in our everyday moment. And so this is it, the Global Young Innovators STEAM Fest. And you can learn more at gyisf.org. And the event is happening July 11th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Kibi Presby College of Education in the Eastern region. So before Mr. Achu start, we want to use this chance to thank our sponsors and the community that helps us to really be who we are or to thrive. And so with that, we want to thank Adam I Technology. We want to thank Glow Luxury Travel, Omega Doors and Locks, Abonaut Business Solution, Glow Kiss Event, Mama Caro Foundation. We want to thank the STEAM Startup Labs, Abena Nuyama Real Estate or Realtor. We want to thank Sankofa Children Museum of African Culture. We want to thank Step of Faith LLC. We want to thank Afro Males. We want to thank DAF, which is the African Diaspora Forum, their Youth Empowerment Center. We want to thank Glow Fam Association. We want to thank STEM Embassy. And so the power of the organization behind the STEAM Fest is Expanding Boundaries International. And if you are wondering, you can scan the QR code right here, and it will take you to their website to learn more about the STEAM Fest. So it's happening. We have grand challenge, we have hands-on skills, we have exhibition, we have wellness and wellness center and family fun center. So this is for everybody. It's for the young, the old, the middle, the in between. Everybody's welcome. And so we look forward to seeing you at the Global Young Innovators STEAM Fest. And so I am done here. I'm going to yield to Mr. Achu, who will be taking us through Excel. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you all for your attention. Um, this is part 3 of what we have been doing, and then the last time we met, we are supposed to do 2 practicals, but because of time, we couldn't do the other one. So that is what we are going to do now. So the first one we did was by the end of this session, we will learn Excel advanced formulas and functions. We will build automated attendance system. That is what we did last. And then today we are going to build a dynamic grading and report card system. After that, we are going to use those grading or the card to generate charts. Okay, we are done with these last 2 weeks. So these are some of the functions and formulas that we will be using. We are going to use average in our system. We are going to use sum in our system, and we are going to use if statement a lot. That is where we are going to determine the score and then the grade, let's say A, B, or C that you have. So we are going to use the if statement in our system. And then we are also going to use the if statement again for comments. Whether you have A, then you get excellent, maybe B, you have very good, and all those things. So these are some of the formulas that we'll be using. We'll also be ranking the students, and then the ranking formula that we'll be using is also here. So when we start the main activity, all these formulas will be displayed for us to use one after the other. All right. So this is how our system is going to look like. So let's say this is just one subject assessment or report card that we will build. We have the student's name, we have class exercise, we have class tests, class projects, we have mid-sem, we have end of semester exam. And then the following columns, we are going to have our average, which we use the formula to calculate. We have our total, then we will have our grade, then the comment follow, and then finally, we are going to rank the students with their various positions. All right. So before we move on to the main activity, if anyone have any question, we can look at it one or two, then we move on to the practical session.
Mr. Achu, can you give us a little,
Yeah.
like a preview from last time? Just a quick recap.
From the last one, which is the attendance system, or which one?
Yeah, anyone to just a refresh for those that are joining for the
All right, I'll do that. Okay, so we are going, if no question, then I'm skipping the PowerPoint, then I'll move on to Excel. All right, so this is what we did last 2 weeks. This is what we did last 2 weeks. So what we have done here is that we have name of students here, and then let's say we have days of the week. Let's say week 1, we have Monday up to Friday inside. We have week 2, also Monday to Friday inside. We can have as many weeks as we want. And then instead of writing 0 or present and all those things, we have designed a system, and when you click, it will mark, and then when you click, when the person is not also in, it will give that red mark also there. And then we also, at the end of the weeks, we have the presence, the number of presence that the person was in, and then the absence, and then we have also the total days, which will help us easily so that we don't count the thing by ourselves. So what we did before getting all this, I want to do it again for us to see. Okay, so I'm going to, because of time, I'm just going to do it, and then you listen later. You can do it on your own. But I'll be sharing the document that contains the steps that we use to do all these things. So, for example, I'll create a new sheet here. Then I can paste maybe some names here. Then I have, after that, maybe the weeks and all these things will be here. Then I have to select from here up to the number of times I want to mark. I will select it up to this place. Then I'll go to the insert, and then I will use it. Excuse me. Right now. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Where's my new sheets? Okay. So after I've selected this, maybe these are the number of times that I want to mark the register. So when I select it, I'll click on conditional formatting, and then I'll click on new rules, new rule here. So I'll click on this. When I click on the new rule, then I'll have format cell based on their values. This one is selected. When I select this, then I'll come to this particular place, which is format all cells based on their value. Then I'll click on this, and then I'll select icon set. I'll select icon set. When I select this, then the icon that I want to use, if the person is present and if the person is absent. So this is the icon stars that we have. I will click on this, and then I'll select the icons that I want. So in this case, I want to use this particular one. This particular one, that is what I'm going to use. So I'll click on it because it has the cross and then the mark sign. I'll click on this. So we have them here. And then the value that we have here, we move on to the type. First, we work on the type first. As you can see, we have percentage here, but we are not going to use that. So we click on the type, the first one, then we have number there. So because we are going to be entering ones and zeros, we will use the number here for the type. So the same thing applies to the second type also. This one too, we are going to use number here. So we select a number here. So the first one, when value is, so as you can see, we are going to match the values that we want with the icons that we want to appear. So this is the check mark. And when we type, we are going to type 1 here, because inside, when we type 1 inside our cell, we are expecting this mark, the check mark, to appear in our cell, which is when we type 1 there. Okay, so the next one, which is this one, when the value is less than 0, so this we are going to put 0.5 there. So make sure the type is what? Number. The second one to be number. The icon sets, these are the ones we are using. And then the first value, we are going to use 1. And then the second value, we are going to use 0.5. So after that, make sure you click or check show icon only. This one, make sure you check show icon only, because if you don't do, when you type the one will appear inside the cell, and then the icon will also appear. So we don't want that. We want only the icon. So I'll check this one, and then I'll click on OK. All right. So after clicking on OK, I can go to my cell, and then when I type 1, I should see my check mark there. When I type 1 again, I should see my check mark there. And when I type 0, I should also see this mark here. When I type 0 again, I should also see this check mark here. So upon doing all these things for the weeks or the days that you want, if it is 100 times, that one, it depends on you. So at the end of it, you must have a place where you can do your calculations, where you can write your formula or functions, so that you don't, at the end, you don't calculate or count the marks and then the absence by yourself. So we give some space here. We are going to do that here. All right. So what we have here, we have present, absent, and then total days. Okay. So for the present, we are going to use this formula. This is the formula we are going to use. So we come to our sheets here. So where does it end? Let me see. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So we can end it here. Let's say this one is not part. So if you want to calculate from this range, we want to calculate from this range. Let's say this is our last day in the term. So we have to start the calculation somewhere here. And then this is the formula we are going to use. The formula we are going to use is equals count if. Then we have the range, which is from cell C3 up to cell E3. That is the range we are checking, or that is the range we are counting, from cell E3, C3 up to L3. or we can even extend it to, let's say our last mark was O, so we can have O here, you can have O, yeah. So as you can see, the whole range is being selected because I use equals count. If cell C3, we start from C3 and then we are ending it at cell O3, and then after that we have comma and 1. We have comma and 1, which means that the one after the comma means we are looking or we are counting only the ones or the check marks. So it's going to look through all the number of days and then select only the check ones. That is 1. Okay, so we put this one here. So after that we have 11, and when you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is 11 because we were looking for one, only once, which is the presence there. Okay, so, all right. So in case you do it for this one, you can extend the formula to cover the rest of the students. Maybe from here up to this place, the students, let's say they end there. Okay, so this is going to be, let's say, present. This is going to be present. So when you continue for the rest of the students, the formula will automatically calculate. I'm using 0 for this, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I have 1. I have 1. Then the moment I type the first one, you can see that the present have started counting. Then I have another one, which is automatically 2. Then I have another one, which is automatically 3. Okay, so now we move on to the second one, which is the absent. We move on to the absent. So we type absent here. Absent here. So we are going to use the same formula, but at this point we are counting the absent. So it's not going to be 1 again, but rather it's going to be 0. So we are going to use equals. So equals we are using equals count if then into brackets the range is C3 up to O3. Yeah, up to O3. Okay, as you can see, the range has been selected. So because we are counting the absent, we will use the zeros, because when we put zeros there, it changes to cross mark. So at this point, we are bringing our comma, and then we will use our 0 here. Our 0 here, and then we close the bracket. So this is the formula or the function for calculating the absent. All right. So then when you press the enter, this one too, automatically it is done. So we have 2 absent. As you can see, this is the first one, this is the second one. So in case maybe you change this one to 0, you can see that automatically it changes to 3 absent. When you change another one, automatically you have 4 absent. So now we want to count the total number of days that the person is supposed to be present. The total number of days that the person is supposed to be present. So we are going to also use the formula is, let's say, total total number. So the formula is going to be equals count. This one equally equals count. Then we open our brackets. We are counting from where? From cell C3 up to cell O3. That is the last day. That is the very last day. Cell O3. Cell O3. That is the very last one. And then we close our brackets. Then when you enter, so as you can see, the total number of days that the person is supposed to be in school or at work is what? 13. And then what? The present is what? 9. And then the absent is 4. So when you add the presence and then the absent, you should be having 13. And that is what we have. That one too, we have written a formula for that. So we can also extend up to this place, and then all of them will be done. So you can continue with other students. Let me do this one throughout. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, so I'll just extend this place, and then I'll also extend this one. All right, so as we can see, this particular person was present throughout. So everything is 1, 1, 1, which is the check mark up to this point. So he was present 13 times, absent 0 times, and then the total number of days that he's supposed to be in school is also 13. So this is basically what we did the last time, and then this is how it looked like. Because we want to beat time, I've not added the weeks and then the days. So if you have time, you can properly do this with the student first name, last name, and you can even add other information, telephone number, hometown, and others. You can also extend the weeks up to even 20 weeks. But the most important part is the formulas that we have used and then the process. So when you use 100 days, then you must extend your cell up to 100. For example, the C3 that we have is going to be C3 up towards maybe L100 or whatever. So it is the functions or the formulas that matters most. And if you're able to grab them very well, then you can design as much as you want. All right, so this is basically the review of what we have done. If any question, let's tackle it before we move on to today's work. Let's take about 3 questions so that we can move on. Okay, let's have some 3 questions so that we can move on. Okay, let's have some 3 questions so that we can move on. Okay, so if no question, let's move on to today's work. So this is what we are going to do for today. So we are going to have some students' name here, and then we have about 11 columns here. So if you can quickly do this, maybe write some 5 names, and then the first column we are going to have class exercise, then we have class test here, we have class project, which is 10 marks, we have midsem, which is 20 marks, we have end of semester exam, which will be containing 50 marks. And then from here, which is the average to total to grade to comment and then the rank, we are going to write some heavy formulas there to be doing the calculation for us. Even if the students are 10,000, when you write one formula for a particular column, it can cater for the rest of them. All right. So if we can write about 5 students with this so that we practice together. Let's write 5 students' name here. Then we have these columns so that we can continue. Please, can we continue? Please, can we continue? Okay, so let's focus on the formulas and then I'll be sharing it also. Let's focus on them so that after that we can sit down and do it at our convenience time. So this is what we are going to be using. This is our plan. Before you design the template or the system, this is the plans that we'll be using. So in total, the scores, if any student score from 80 to 100, the person is going to get A. And then the the comment is going to be excellent. If the person score from 70 to 80, the person is going to get B, and then that is very good. If the person score 60 to 69, the person is going to get grade C, and then the comments we will have good there. And then these comments, we are not going to type them ourselves. They will all be part of our formula that we'll be writing. The moment you write a formula, it will cater or automatically generate or pick up these comments for the various grades. We are not going to be typing them. So this is
I'm live, so
Sorry.
it's okay. Okay. Let's wait for him. I feel bad because he said they're having network issues where he is. Okay, so since he's not here and he's having network issues, I want to use this as we are waiting for him to talk about the Steam Fest and to prepare people for it. So if you are watching us live on any of our social media channels, this global STEAM plug that you were just watching or learning is part of our STEAM Fest, which is the Global Young Innovator STEAM Fest. And this year we are going to be in Chebi or Kibi in the Eastern region, July 11th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so if you are interested and you want to participate or come, we look forward to welcoming you at Kibi. From the screen that you are watching, you can see all the information on how to access or how to be able to learn more. We are still looking for volunteers, business partners, and what have you. So anything that you can help with, or you want to just come and be part of the celebration, you are welcome. And as we don't know our presenter or instructor, his network situation, we are gonna just wrap up. But I want to just share a little bit about the STEAM Fest or the Global Young Innovator STEAM Fest. And so this is gonna be indoor and outdoor event with health screening also part of it, July 11th. And we are expecting over thousands attendees at the center. And this is we have people that has already submitted their project that you will get to learn about it, and they will get to defend their project on stage, and there'll be panel of judges who are going to judge their their project for them, and then they will be winning prizes. And in between that, we will be having different innovative or innovation stations where our attendees or people who are present will get to explore different STEM activities or stations and also ask questions. There's going to be a VR station. There's going to be some, what's it called, hackathon. The is a day for the youths, for the kids to really have fun and enjoy. We will be, like I said, live performance, interactive workshop, exhibition, and then we will have food trucks available for people to be able to buy and support local businesses. And we also have live podcast, and everything that we will be doing that day will be broadcasted live. And then we will take the time to also interview our special guests who are going to be in the midst or with us on that day. And so this is just a little bit overview of it. If you are interested in volunteering on that day, you can come here and then click on get involved and click on volunteer. And our virtual reviewers is closed, but we have the in-person day of event volunteers. And so you can click on that and you can check if you want to do a day of event, you can host a workshop, or you're a medical professional that want to also volunteer, you can also do that. And so this is just a little bit about the Global Young Innovators STEAM Fest. So I'm going to end by sharing or thanking our partners for our Steam Fest. And same time next week, we are hoping that our network will not be an issue for our instructors. And so, as I said, we will have, so this is a Global Young Innovators Steam Fest happening in Kiwi, Presby College of Education. As we are ending today's session, we want to thank Adom Eye Technology. We want to thank Glow Luxury Travel. We want to thank Omega Doors and Locks, Abernaut Business Solution, Glow Case, Mama Carol Foundation. We want to thank the Steam Startup and Labs. We want to thank Abna Apianyama Realtor. We want to thank Sankofa Children Museum and Step of Faith. We want to thank Afro Males. We want to thank DAF, which is the Diaspora African Forum, the Glow Femme Association, the STEM Embassy. And again, if you are looking to learn more, you can scan the QR code about the Steam Fest, and then you will get to learn more about it. And so today, we want to apologize for our network issues, but next week, we will be here same time, 7 p.m. Ghana time, 3 p.m. Eastern, which is Maryland or the DMV or Washington, D.C. time, or the Eastern Standard Time. So if there's no questions or comments, we will be ending our live podcast today. So thank you guys for joining us.